What are those things applicable? Is it a time where there's nothing in the family and you just still have to help your mother out? So wisdom is really profitable to direct so that you would not be on the wrong path. Hi guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Essay. I talk on faith, relationship, and personal development. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back again. And if you're just coming for the first time, it really feels good to have you here. I'm sure you would enjoy your stay here. So today I'll be doing a continuation of the past two videos that I actually did, where I shared some people's thoughts to the question, should a man or a woman seek for permission from his or her spouse before sending money to his or her mother? So far we've had a lot of responses, beautiful responses. If you've not seen those videos, I'll encourage you to go and view them and then you continue from here. I'll simply drop the link to the videos in the description so that you don't miss out. So what I'll be doing today is that I'll be sharing my own thoughts, and they are not basically my thoughts alone. The thoughts of other people combined has actually helped me to come out with these conclusions. So I actually made a post relating to this matter on Facebook, and the post is basically an excerpt from a book by Dr. Miles Monroe, where he actually treated something similar to this. So I'll simply be reading through and then I'll share my thoughts, and that will be all. So let's get into it. Now, he said, suppose that prior to getting married, a young man, let's call him John, has had a good job and has helped his parents out with their bills and other expenses. There's nothing particularly unusual about this arrangement. If he was living at home, if his parents have come to rely on his financial assistance, his upcoming marriage may create a crisis for them. What will they do? How will they make it if their son no longer helps out? One day, not long after the wedding, John receives a phone call from his mother. John, she says, you've always been so good to help out when needed. Our light bill is coming due and we're a little short of money. Can you help out? At this point, John has three choices. He can say no, he can say yes, or he can say, let me talk it over with Sarah, his wife. We'll have to see if it will fit into our budget. If John values his relationship with his mother, he probably would not give her a flat no. If he values peace, if he values peace at home, he would not give her an immediate yes. If he is smart, he would discuss her request with Sarah before making a final decision. Since John and Sarah had worked out their financial plan together and established their budget together, they need to decide together on any changes to their plan. Their first priority is the strength and stability of their own home and circumstances. If their budget allows them to assist with his mother's light bill and they both agree to it, fine. Then the help is coming from both of them and not just from mama's little boy. If not, then they need to tell her gently but clearly, I'm sorry, but we cannot help this time. When John and Sarah married, they became each other's number one priority. If they have established this understanding upfront with one another and with their parents, they will avoid a lot of heartache and hurt feelings. Okay, let's stop there. So now you can just simply see this story talking about two people who have recently been married, and now they need to actually give a helping hand to the guy's mother. It could be the lady's mother, so let's not make it one-sided so it doesn't seem like we are being biased. So now I actually dropped some thoughts concerning this. Now, if you are in John's position, would you actually send money to your mother, or would you say no? Remember, this is your mother that you're actually talking about. And imagine after the many years of training, the sacrifices, you then say no to your mother. It may cause problem with your family. And if you're saying yes at the expense of the things that should be done in your home, it might actually also cause problem with your wife. So this case can actually be a tricky one. So I agree with the author's point. If you've not read that book, I would encourage you to do so. The Purpose and Power of Love and Marriage by Dr. Miles Morrow. It's actually a very rich book, and it's going to help a lot of couples to learn certain things. So I have some points here. I said, first of all, I think that every family is unique. And in respect to that, try to handle your family based on the principles that work with your family. Now, we've actually treated people's responses, and you see, some said yes, some said no, some do not see a problem with telling their spouse, and some said no. My spouse does not need to tell me, and some said no, she needs to tell me. So it means that we're actually dealing with different people, with different personalities, with different temperaments. So what works with your own family? Anything working in family A might not actually be applicable to that of family B. The principles might be the same thing, but it might not actually be the same action. I know of some people that get angry. Okay, I don't know them particularly, but I've heard of some people that get angry when they find out that their husband sent money to his mother or the wife. You begin to hear instances like, oh, so you have money. Somebody even dropped a comment that sometimes when you let your spouse know, he begins to see you as if you have money. There are some people, there are some husbands, once they find out you're sending money to your parents, they reduce the money for food because they feel that it's because you have, that is why you're sending to them. So if you're in that kind of setting, you would know that you would apply wisdom because you want to please your parents, you also want to secure your own home. So in such instances, you must ensure you know what works within your family. What are those things applicable? Is it a time where there's nothing in the family and you just still have to help your mother out? So wisdom is really profitable to direct so that you would not be on the wrong path. You can't say, okay, everybody is telling their spouse, but if it is not helping you at that moment, I don't think there's a need to do that. So use wisdom, know what is applicable to your home because your family is unique. The next point I have here is that I think a good wife would find a way of making space for the mother's need in their budget. Not just a good wife, a good husband also. So if you are making your budget, there should be space. There should be space for unforeseen circumstances. There should be space for friends and family. Your sister can call you at any time and say, oh, I need some money. So it will not be that since our brother or since our sister got married, we stopped receiving things from her. So there should be a little space, no matter how small, something to give out at one point in time or the other. And the next point I'll be sharing is that it's good to have your own personal money, no matter how small. And this basically applies to ladies. It is the female mostly that love to depend so much on the male. I know there are some males that depends on their wives, but if you check the percentage, I think most females, they feel, okay, I'm married, they end up not doing anything. You are depending 100% on your husband. Well, it's good to depend on him, ask him out for things, but you can also try to have your own little money, no matter how small. Imagine that one of your old friend calls and say, please, can you help me with something? Or you are just going out, you meet someone that says, please, can you help me with something? You don't have to start to call your husband, I need 500 naira to give this person. It's okay if you tell him, but having your own personal money is actually good. In instances where you have to meet up with some needs, in instances where you have to cover up some things even before your husband comes, it shouldn't be that I'm going to buy this thing, you have to wait for husband. I want to get something for myself, you have to wait for husband. Now it's okay if the family has a joint account, but there should be room for a joint account. There should also be room for personal account because you are a human being. You are first a human being before a wife or before a husband. So it should not be that your whole life is revolving around family money, or your whole financial strength is revolving around financial family money. So you should have something that you can fall back on when you need it. So if your husband is not even in town, you can still do something for yourself. And the last point I have here is that I don't actually think there's anything wrong in letting your spouse know when you want to do something. I just think it's a matter of love and friendship. Like if you love somebody, you want to really let the person know what is going on around you. Some people see it like maybe he's a domineering husband, maybe she's not a good wife. That's why the husband needs to take. You are not taking permission. Maybe we should rule out that phrase take permission and replace it with just letting them know. If you are with somebody that is your friend, even when you are not married, if you have a friend, there are times you want to do something and you just let your friend know, oh, I want to get a new bag, oh, I want to change my phone. Not because you are seeking for permission, not because that friend will even give you money to do those things, but because that person is your friend and there's a bond, there's a connection. So I think if there's friendship in marriage, not just marriage, if there's friendship, apart from being your husband, the person is actually your friend. You can let the person know, oh, this person called me, oh, I want to do this. Well, it might not actually be under compulsion, but just because you are friends. So I want to believe you've learned something from the series so far. Please drop your comments if you have not contributed. I would love to engage with you in the comment section. And I'm sure you've enjoyed yourself in this video. Kindly give it a thumbs up so that it can encourage me. And do not forget to subscribe so you can keep getting more amazing videos from me. Also share to your loved ones so that they can be a part of the great thing happening in here. See you some other time. Do not forget to keep taking care of yourself. Bye for now.